Hey boos, in this video I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
So Sabrina, with you knowing, Lamar's past and all the stuff that he's been through and what have you, what made you give him a chance? I mean, because some people say, oh, I ain't dating him, but you gave him a chance.
Sometimes pain, I think, attracts women.
Like what kind of pain?
The pain that I've been through.
Well, that wasn't my story. I was not attracted to the pain and the drama.
So you were empathetic or sympathetic with him?
You have to meet people where they are,
Yeah.
like he was never in a position to be someone's husband. He was sick. He needed to heal. He needed to grieve. He experienced a lot of losses, and he never had time to go through that. So I knew with my resources and my personality and my attitude, I could help him, and initially a woman is a helpmate.
Exactly.
So
she was made to be a helpmate.
Exactly.
For real.
If I'm not helping him, then I'm hurting him.
Are you jealous, ugly bitches? You know what? Very perfect black ass in this room today. You one of those bitches. Cause I'm a boss.
In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Lamar Odom and his new girlfriend, Sabrina Parr. And they recently did an interview together on the Ricky Smiley show here on YouTube. And I wanted to talk about this because actually the interview, there was a clip of their interview that was posted to the Shade Room. And it was her saying that she's his helpmate. She's a helpmate. Honestly, you guys, I'm happy that Lamar is healthy now and he seems to be in a good space within his life as far as him being clean, him off drugs, him selling his new book. However, I don't like this whole agenda that these two are pushing with their love story, and this whole book promo is now turning into she saved him, and it's like this love story. A helpmate, in my opinion, is only for women who are married. A helpmate is only, that title is only or should only be utilized within marriage, not in a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship, because that is risky. For a woman, it's risky, and I'm going to explain why. It's risky because you are basically being a helpmate to someone that can just pick up and leave you at any point in time. And basically, you have no legal traction with them because you're not legally married. That piece of paper, at least if you were helping them, you could get some type of financial support. You would receive alimony. But if you don't have that piece of paper and you're being his helpmate and you're just a girlfriend, you literally could get nothing, and you could wake up one day and he decides to just leave. And then what will you do then? As a woman, I just feel like it's not smart. A helpmate should only be left to those who are married and not to those who are just in girlfriend-boyfriend relationships. Also, when it comes to the problematic agenda that's being pushed about this whole helpmate while being the girlfriend, it's problematic because a lot of people don't talk about the emotional drainage that happens when you're trying to help someone that's in a bad place in life. So you being the helpmate, even though you're just stepping in, trying to be there for them emotionally and even physically in some cases, how it could really take a toll on your mental health. Even though you're just stepping in to help, what is that doing to you? And, through this entire interview, I never once caught a glimpse of how he helps her or how he benefited her. It was all about what she did for him, and it was all about what she could do for him and how she has improved his life. And I just never saw a glimpse of what he did for her, how he helped her. Even if it was just financially, I really don't see where she received any type of benefit. And I don't like I said, I don't like the story that's being pushed, this love story that's being pushed with this book. I like to see Lamar happy. I like to see him healthy. but I just don't like the message that's being pushed with these two. I understand that he's trying to sell his new book, but this whole setup is just problematic, you guys. Like, it pushes a horrible message. And it really sucks that being a Black woman, we can't get the best of a man. We have to get what's left of a man, and then we have to come in and we have to fix. It's not fair, and that's how I'm looking at it at the end of the day. I want to see two people happy, healthy, but at the same time, we should, as Black women, we should get the best of you. We shouldn't just get what's left. And that's the message that I'm getting from their love story. Also, there was another part in the interview that I didn't like. I'm going to go ahead and post that, and then I'll be back for the remainder of my commentary.
So what makes this relationship different from, previous relationships? Less nagging?
I mean, this one
Mm-hmm.
is the truth. She's Black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All them other different relationships would.
And other ones let you do what you wanted to do?
Yeah, you just have your way.
Mm-hmm. The Black woman come along and ain't playing that.
Oh, no, I was not playing at all.
No, she keep it real.
No,
She
at
keep
all.
It real.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to answer the same question, because, I'm previously married and divorced myself, this relationship is different for me because he is not intimidated of me at all. Mm-hmm. I know how I come across, and I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. He embraced it. He actually said to me he needs someone aggressive because he's so laid back and passive. And men, that I have dated have wanted me to always tone myself down because it was making them look small, instead of leveling up and just accepting, my position.
We see this a lot with the strong, independent Black woman mentality. And the men that she previously dated, they weren't telling her to tone down who she is, her personality. They were telling her to tone down her masculine energy. Like, you can feel her masculine energy throughout this entire video. She's very pushy. She's very bossy. What man wants that? Like, what real man wants that? Not a passive man, not a man that's a pushover. Like, a real man is not going to tolerate that. So when she made that statement in the interview, and I'm just like, lady, it's not your personality, it's your masculine energy. She's too bossy. And she sees nothing wrong with that. And when it comes to leveling up, women, you have to be who you are, and a man still has to make that choice to want to level up. And the only way you can do that is by you doing you, by you taking care of yourself, by you being about your business. And if he doesn't want to level up off of that, then you need to move on to the next. But to try to force this man to level up by being pushy and being bossy, you're going to get someone that you're going to be taking care of. Like this lady, she is taking care of Lamar. She is bossing him around. She's telling him what to do. And that's the relationship. And I'm sure some of my followers don't want that type of relationship. I know I don't. I don't want to have to tell a man what to do. I want him to do it just because that's what he wants to do. He came up with the plan, so now he's doing it. I don't want to sit there and basically play mommy and ensure that you're doing what you need to do to level up for yourself. He should be doing that on his own. It shouldn't be something that I have to tell him to do. And throughout this entire video, she basically brags about how she helped Lamar and how she told Lamar that this is what you need to do and this is how you can overcome this and overcome that. Lamar needed to be by himself to figure out life for himself. It's not something that she needed to force him to do. It's something that he needed to do on his own terms. And I just don't like how that message is being pushed throughout this entire interview. But let's go ahead and take a look to see what else she had to say.
Do you ever wonder why Khloe didn't have a baby for me and she went to this other Negro?
Nah, I mean, the past is the past. She'll be a good mother because she took care of me. She took care of a grown man. So
Oh, yeah.
I know she'll be a great mother.
And then there came Sabrina, because she's taking care of a grown man.
Facts. She's doing a damn good
I'm also
job.
helping him to learn how to take care of himself.
That's good too, Sabrina. That's good.
Because I may not always be here, and he needs to learn how to do these things on his own.
She sounds like his mother. You guys, that ain't even half of it. I really advise that you watch the full interview. That's not even half of it. So when it comes to this interview, it really pushes the agenda that the only time a Black woman can get a man is if it's in situations or similar situations like this. And basically, she runs him. She tells him what to do. She runs him. And it's really sad that Lamar went from being with Khloe, hooked on drugs. So in that part of his life, he still wasn't his own man because he was being controlled by a drug. And now he's with this woman and again, being controlled by something else, being controlled by a woman. And he's not his own man. Like, Lamar, who are you? Who are you? And in most cases, she probably encouraged him or persuaded him to write this book. He probably didn't even think to write this book on his own. That's what I get from the interview. Like, she runs him. She tells him everything that he needs to do. He's basically her man-child. This is not a relationship that needs to be praised. And I hate how people are praising this relationship. I saw a whole thread on Twitter and I'm just like, no, like Black women, we deserve to be in a relationship where it's mutual, where you're not pouring all of what you have into his cup, but you guys are pouring into each other's cup and it's interchangeable. It's not just a one-way street. In this entire interview, I could not find where Lamar benefited her. Like, yes, Lamar is the superstar, and yes, Lamar, he's the celebrity. He's all of these things. But at the end of the day, when you look at her and you look at, everything that she has to offer, she offers more and he offers less. If anything, if this is the Lamar that we saw with Khloe, he would be considered a burden, So it's just like there was no benefit for her, and he's still very hesitant about marrying her. Because in the interview, Ricky Smiley asked, what about marriage? He was so hesitant. So she's gambling with her life right now. And she is too old to be doing that, to be gambling with her life like this. Because it's a gamble. When you are a helpmate and you're just a girlfriend, it's a gamble. It's a huge gamble on your life because you could be wasting your time, and time, you cannot get that back. So that's all that I have for today's video. Comment your opinion down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified for when I upload. And I'll catch you in my next one.